Welcome to Money Talks, a weekly feature on FM 93.5 The Berg and WMEG AM 740. Today we will talk just a little bit about money, maybe some of the things you can do with it, how it can impact your life, some ideas on financial planning and investing, and getting the most out of the money you hope to have, already have, or want to pass down. So sit back, relax, listen, and maybe take some notes, as you may have some questions by the time we're done with this edition of Money Talks. Hello, Dan Joss. How are you today?
Doing great. How are you this morning?
I am well, thank you. So, what's on the list to talk about today?
How about let's talk about giving of time, talent, and treasure after COVID.
Okay. Giving time, talent, and treasure after COVID. That's a whole bunch of stuff to talk about.
It is. We'll just talk about a few things in there.
Okay.
But I noticed there seems to be more people out of work these days, and that has caused an increase in some of the places around town that give help to people in need.
Right.
Like the local food bank says, when we visited recently, they used to help 100 families a week. They're now helping 600 families a week.
Wow. That's a lot.
And so that's a lot.
That's a huge increase.
Yep. Now, there's a few things you can do when you have an emergency and you need. One is you use up your emergency fund. And for many, they may not have had an emergency fund.
The emergency fund might have been the $5 bill they had hidden in their wallet.
And so that goes away quickly. That's step one. Step two is ask friends and family. And so we can help our family, those of us that are do have the ability to help.
Okay.
But that's usually kind of a one-off. I can help you now, but I can't assume all of your expenses and lifestyle into mine and help over 6 months or a year. And so we're starting to see. I've talked to the local community foundation, and they saw a jump, and they're expecting another jump as that emergency fund and the stimulus and friends and family help kind of wears off.
Okay.
And so there's going to be another jump of more need because this has gone on for several weeks.
Yep. Okay.
And so what we've done in our family is we've asked what these places need and then help supply some of that.
Good.
And we know that other organizations and other businesses are doing the same kind of thing.
Right. And some of those organizations would need funding, but they also need more volunteers.
Exactly.
Because if you've gone from 200 meals to 600 meals, you need somebody to help deliver that.
Right. Now, what we recently went through with this COVID issue is there was a lot of volunteers.
Okay.
Because they didn't have to go to work and they didn't have to spend time commuting. So they had extra hours. They had time margin in their week and they could volunteer. As we open up, phase 2, phase 3, more of those people will be going back to work and the drawdown from that volunteer base will need to be replaced.
Okay.
So for those out there that haven't helped, help.
Right. Okay.
Find a place and give of your time.
Okay.
The other issue with that is not everybody lost work. Not everybody lost income.
That's very true.
And so arguably, many in our community, those collecting pensions, those collecting Social Securities, none of those saw a 20% decline or they didn't lose their Social Security check. They are now arguably in a better position compared to those that are in need to help. They have more margin.
That's true.
So
okay.
They can write the checks. We talked with one place that helps those in need, and they said it's great when we receive things like diapers, like food, because that frees up their cash resources to buy other things that other people need.
Okay.
And so giving money helps, but a year ago if you gave money to a food kitchen, they would have bought food. But now if you give food, that allows them to spend their money on non-food items.
Gotcha.
And to help out
Makes
in other
perfect
ways.
sense. Yep.
They can't give baby formula. They can give money and they can give coupons so that those people in need can get what they need that's not at the food kitchen.
Okay.
Okay, so we all have time. Arguably, we have more time than we used to, and we can give that by volunteering because there's more of a need for that, like you said.
Right.
We all have a little bit of money, and we all have talent.
That's true.
So find out where your talent fixes up and matches up with where the need is and get to it.
All right. Good stuff. That seems like an odd topic for a financial advisor to talk about today. But, you know, what you're doing is a very holistic approach to managing your money, but also managing your money in concert with your life and your life goals.
And our life goals, our values, my clients have resources, and there's a new need out there, and so we kind of help match that up.
That's good. All right. So if someone would like to consider being one of your clients and have the initial conversation is free, of course, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
They can give me a call at 757-903-2127.
Excellent. And the website?
Website is jossfinancial.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Dan Joss, for being here for Money Talks.
Thank you, Greg.
Money Talks is a weekly program presented for the listener's benefit and entertainment. It is provided at no cost to the listener, and the ideas, opinions, and comments are not to be construed as legal advice, tax advice, investment advice, or other advice specific to the listener. Listeners are encouraged to seek the advice of a licensed professional or other qualified party when dealing with financial, legal, tax, medical, investment, insurance, taxidermy, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, real estate, chiropractic, veterinary, oral hygiene, hot air ballooning, etc. We have given you some food for thought. Now, call a licensed professional such as Dan Joss at 757-903-2127. Thanks for listening, and remember, failing to plan is planning to fail.